Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Lorenzo Dugan here, back with another video. I just barely started playing into League again. It's been about 5 to 6 years since I've touched this game, and I've just been grinding out normal blind picks and stuff, just trying to get the feel back for the game. I'm trying to get into my qualifiers to see what placement or ranking that I'm going to get in. The last one that I had was Silver 3. Um, I haven't completed my qualifier yet, or my for my placement or ranking I'm gonna get, so I don't have a ranking currently. I've played 3 games so far. First game was with support Leona. Um, there it is right there. These are my items. That game was pretty rough. I was the only initiator on the team, so whenever my team would randomly just jump into a fight, I tried to go in and save them, but they forget that I was the only source of tank and like being able to CC anybody or being able to initiate the fight. And then when I was able to successfully secure a fight to where I was able to stun the entire enemy team with my ulti, like everybody would back off for some reason. I don't know. So that game was pretty bad. I mean, I got 19 assists. I built accordingly to what was going on. They were building all AD, so I would, obviously I would go armor. But the next 2 games after that went pretty well. I'm going to be doing these games separately for the next 2 games. First game after that, so it'd be my second game of rank, was with Leona as support. Let's go ahead and play this. We had a bit of a rough start going into this game. See, we were going up against Aurelia top, Mundo jungle. What else did we have here? We had a Katarina mid, Misfortune, and a Sona bot lane. And we have Leona, myself. We have a Kane jungle, Garen top, Anivia mid, and we had an Israel bot. Now in this matchup, from my understanding, Leona versus Sona in the support role, from my understanding, should be pretty much free.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Unfortunately, where I'm at, I suffer from high ping, but I'm currently in the process of trying to get something to hopefully resolve that. I'm running on Wi-Fi and I'm not on like a solid cable or anything like that. Trying to be proactive, placing my ward in try, making sure nobody comes in through this area, trying to guard as much as I can. And I try to soak up as much of the damage from the ref bud and give my Kane a solid leash. So I said going into this matchup, I thought that Exhaust would be the best since Misfortune can break out of with her W, try to run away. And right here, I'm just trying to bully. And of course, I get minion blocked. And I end up CCing and stunning the wrong person. Going into this matchup, I thought exhaust would be the best bet, but I see a lot of Leonas going for that ignite. Mundo getting executed in his own jungle, so that sets him behind a little bit. We shouldn't be expecting any ganks anytime soon. And right here, I'm trying to tell Ezreal he needs to back off because I'm backing. Want to apologize for the quality of the video, but this is what I have to work with at the moment. First blood going to the Garen top lane. Always a good sign. Right here, I'm just trying to zone, deny him plates. Just trying to hold him off until my Ezreal gets back to lane. Just doing my best, just trying to do my best to make sure that River stays warded, just in case the jungler tries to come in and make a cheeky play. I don't know what that was. Can't miss the cannon. Gotta secure. Right here, I'm just trying to last hit and taking a lot of damage for it. Right here, I saw my Ezreal coming, but I was trying to force a bait, force an overcommitted play from MF, but unfortunately she didn't bite. She just threw down her eat and walked away. Unfortunately, the lag was starting to get to my game a bit right there. I think the highest MS that I had in this game was probably like 3200. It jumped up to about 2400 this game. Not too many times, but a couple times. I think the most consistent MS was probably around 120, 130. Ezreal was pinging me that he wanted to fight, but I didn't see any follow-up at all. I try to stay even with my ADC so that way I can try to body block any like shots or anything, or any like quick reaction follow-ups that I might be able to take. Right here I hit my level 6, so I'm trying to force them to come up and take a tower shot. If I had leveled up my R like a split second sooner, I definitely would have been able to catch MF, but unfortunately she dropped her E and immediately W'd out. But yeah, if I leveled up my R just like a split second sooner, I definitely would have been able to catch her right there in turret aggro. See, because I knew from that earlier engagement that Mundo lost to his jungle, he got that execution. I knew he was going to be a little bit weaker than our jungle. So that right there was just going to set him further behind in his jungle clearing. Just pretty much just trying to waste as much of his time as possible so that way we can get more objectives secured. And for my runes, I ran Aftershock, Demolish, Bone Plating, and Revitalize. And then I went into, for my secondaries, I went Triumph, Tenacity on Takedown, and then Armor CDR.
Killing spree.
I don't know why, but for every single time that I back, it takes a little bit of time for the ping to settle down. I guess it just has to do with something about like the recall animation. It just causes me to like have to like drop frames and
Rampage.
high packet loss and high ping. Again, just trying to stay proactive, trying to light up the river as much as I can. That was a solid follow up from Ezreal.
Rampage.
And here I'm recalling, letting my team know that I have to recall and get my items.
Blue team slain the dragon. Unstoppable.
Very nice, very nice. Mundo coming in. He's putting down a lot of damage. And right here I'm going to go down to Mundo.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like Kane's going for the red transformation. Which is my personal favorite. That's my favorite transformation on Kane 2. Provides a little bit more tanky stats, plus the pop-up from his E. Try to W out of that, bitch. So after bot lane, I try to shift my attention over to the other lane so that way I can just kind of just spread out the love. Because Leona's lockdown is just so strong. Like, once you get on someone, it's just... Yeah, you ain't... Nah. Yeah, back off. Like, I knew somebody was lurking. We didn't have any vision in that bush. I was just trying to body block for Anivia as much as I could. Right here, Anivia is really low. But I knew, like, there was just no way. There was just no way they could contest, like, me and Garen. And right here, I'm just trying to stick with Garen as much as I possibly can. Like, if he goes in, I go in. Because I know, like, whenever we get in on somebody, like, they're just gonna die. They're just gonna get absolutely melted. And I just ate, like, a gajillion damage from that fight. And here comes Mundo flanking around up through the middle. I'm typing to my team, letting them know. And this Ezreal, man, he greeds so much. I want my farm too. And they're going to drop that Herald down mid lane and try and run it down.
Shut down. Your team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh man, I really got to get a better setup to start recording these videos. So I'm trying to maintain control of vision in the river. Garen starts pinging river. I'm going over to Dragon to get the Infernal. Trying to prioritize. Now, I'm not primarily a support main. Basically, like, my main role is to fill any role that my team needs. So, whether it be top, mid, jungle, support, ADC, I've got a couple champs for each and every of those roles. And I'm not the best at each role, but, like, I think that I'm efficient enough to supplement what my team needs. You know, I just don't go for the same champs every single time, just because I think they're OP for that specific role or one-trick pony. Even though I used to be like that back before Scion got reworked. Literally took Scion every single lane for every single role. Top lane tank, bottom lane ADC, like Scion with crit runes, mid lane AP Scion with the 1.0 AP ratio. Garen doing a real good job of sticking with Anivia, and not so much now. I think Garen kind of recognized the situation for what it was. I think the problem was in that fight right there was Anivia and Ezreal were way too up into the fight. Like, those two definitely should have just let me and Garen tank all the turret aggro and the damage from their front line, and just picked off any backline that got too close to the front, while just throwing out damage to the people on their front line. Because it seems like on their side, like, Mundo seems to be the only person who could really take the damage at this point, but Mundo by nature is just going to be tanky because of his ultimate. His ultimate allows for massive health regeneration. So what I try to do is just basically stop that as much as I possibly can, and try to reserve my ultimate for when Katarina tries to engage with her ultimate. So I'm going to go down here and try to get a deep ward in their base. And for some reason, it just took Kane like a million years to get to the fight.
Red team double kill.
I get it. It's a jungler's job to secure objectives, and securing buffs is kind of a part of that. But like if a team fights ensuing like no closer than like a few meters away from where you're at, do you really think that the buff takes precedence over the team fight when clearly like your presence could determine which way that fight goes? I don't know. Like those are the things these are the things that are going through my head. Like if I'm a jungler, like obviously if I can get like a free dragon or free vision prio over the Baron, like yeah, like I'm gonna take that all day. Catch this Aurelia way out. Oh man. That Katarina, like this whole game was just getting on my nerves, so I just kind of made it my mission just to like lock her the fuck down. Every single opportunity that I could get, just lock her down. Not give her any room to just move. Because she's just one of those champs where she's just able to slip and slide in and out of fights, like, and get a full combo off, slip out, slip back in, get another full combo out, and before you know it, 3 combos later, like, your team's dead. Because pretty much like with the Katarina, what she wants to do is do 2 combos and drop an R, depending on whether or not if her front line's able to engage a proper fight or initiate a proper fight. And right here, Infernal's up. I'm trying to ping them like, hey, we need to go take this dragon. We just took out the jungler. We just took out Katarina. Like, there's nothing that they can do at this point. And if they try to come anywhere close, I just lock them down. Excellent.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Just recognize the situation for what it is. Ugh. I'm trying to stick with Ezreal as much as possible, but when Ezreal's just venturing off into the bottom lane to get some farm, and the rest of the team is mid, and their entire team is mid, it makes me kind of question his thought process. So I try to prioritize where my presence could be most helpful. So right here, I'm just trying to establish vision control, get some deep wards. Ezreal, he's still farming and pushing bottom lane when he doesn't really need to be pushed. Yeah, Sona ain't going nowhere. Immediately switch up to Katarina. So in these fights, like, that's just what I'm thinking. It's just like between either Sona or Katarina. Since Katarina isn't close enough, I switch up to the next target that's close enough, which is MF. Katarina's moving away, so I go for Irelia. Katarina's back base now. I'm trying to ping this guy, yo, let's take this inhibitor, but he's just not wanting it. Like, he's got the damage, he could easily take that inhibitor. If he had chosen to stay instead of backing off at the point that he did prior to me dying, we like, if he started attacking the inhibitor at the same time I was attacking, like, we could have gotten the inhibitor, we could have backed off and been at base and starting Baron by now. But he didn't recognize the situation for what it was. Or maybe I just didn't recognize it for what it was and saw that we couldn't. Like, I don't know.
Legendary.
But from the looks of his build, it looks like he does enough damage to where he could have taken out that inhibitor in like 3 hits. As he was running Black Cleaver, he had Sterax, and I think he also had... He had one more damage item, I forgot, and then he just went straight tank after that.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
So I'm trying to establish vision around
Rampage.
Baron. Sona's coming over to do the same thing, but I'm just over here. I'm over here doing what it do. Nice ultimate, idiot. Oh my god. Poor cat.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I've thrown out some pretty dumb ultimates too, so I mean, I can't really say that about Sona. I get it, she was trying to make the play. Respect, respect. I mean, she was going over there. She was going over there to establish vision on Baron, so she was doing the exact same thing I was doing. And all she was just trying to do was just zone and bully me, but nah. I mean, I'm too thick for that.
Red team double kill.
Anivia over there giving out free kills. Ezreal, same thing. He's going into fights with Anivia knowing that they have no tank there to back him up or support or soak up any damage. Kane's going to go down too. I'm going to come in here and try to do what it do. And then this just becomes a fucking chase between me and Katarina. Later on, these chases between Katarina and I become a little bit more elaborate here in a little bit. Ezreal, I don't know what you're doing, buddy. I mean, you're trying to contest a Mundo. It's looking pretty good actually, but Mundo just pops his R and runs away. You just need to be able to just like look into a situation and see what it is. Like if you don't have a tank there with the hard CC like myself, then or Garen where he's able to suppress or silence Mundo from using his ultimate, and you're able to get in there and basically throw down a combo that can kill him before he's able to pop his ulti, then it's so from there, I knew Garen had it under control. Ezreal, at the beginning of the game, he looked like he knew what he was doing, but like he just downward spiral. Katarina desperately trying to get away from me. She's trying really, really hard.
Killing spree. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And it's pretty much a GG at this point out. Katarina not really able to make much of an impact on anything at this point. And that's the game. That is the game. So that's the end result right there. Sunfire. Hope y'all enjoyed that video. I got another video after this. It's going to be my Fizz mid lane. I got to do these videos separate because I can only upload like an hour at a time. But the next one was pretty dominating. That was a really good game on my part. I really enjoy this game. But y'all take care, and until the next video, peace. Stay safe and stay healthy.